Опять заплатил 100 тысяч за курс? Стоп. Знакомься. ssl.band. Здесь курсы инфо-цыган сливаются бесплатно. Бизнес, психология, шитье, кулинария, фитнес, языки, десятки тысяч материалов. От школьника до пенсионера найдется все. Без VPN. Без ограничений. Один платеж. И доступ навсегда. Уже сотни тысяч умных людей качают премиум знания за копейки. Заходи на ssl.band, регистрируйся за 30 секунд и забирай все. Этот курс ты уже скачал отсюда. Представь, что там еще есть.
Let's do step 1. For the first step, you are going to become nothing. You are going to think about nothing. You are going to become formless and faceless. You are going to stop every manifestation technique, any process, no affirmations, no techniques, no thinking, how can I solve this? How can I manifest this? You're going to be in complete stillness and you're going to enjoy your existence. This means at least for 2 or 3 days, you are going to go on a mental vacation. What is a mental vacation? Well, remember when you go on holidays and you actually refuse to think about anything or to deal with anything? This is what you're going to do. You're going to refuse to deal with anything that has to do with manifesting your desire. You will simply exist. You will refuse to form any thought or any assumption or any decision. You are going to refuse to think about your manifestation and ways to obtain it. That means you become a white piece of paper. You become nothing. You become formless, faceless. By becoming nothing, you also become everything. You're going to go out, enjoy your creation, go on walks, go to the sea, amusement parks, whatever. You are going to simply exist and refuse to think about anything. Now, when you're going to do this, if thoughts about your manifestation, about your specific puppet or your job or your career or your health come in mind, you are going to refuse to deal with it by simply saying, I refuse to do this, I'll deal with it later. Now I'm too busy enjoying myself. End of affirmation. So, for the first step, you're going to totally relax. Do this for 2 or 3 days. I think it should be enough. Relax, surrender to your creation, go into the nature, because your desire is not the only thing you should be after. Your world shouldn't revolve around it. By doing so, you are going to lower its importance and you are going to lower the need to have it right away, the desperation. So what you were actually going to do, you are going to refuse to be the person that desperately does something to obtain something. So the illusion of something being outside of yourself and needs to be obtained will be destroyed simply because you are going to enjoy your life. Now, what I will present you in this course are the mechanisms behind manifestation. These are not at all techniques. They are awareness methods that aid you into shifting your identity. Now, these mechanisms, when applied correctly, They are going to transform your life. They are going to aid you in transforming your life. So that's why by following them, not only will you shift your identity, but you will be the person that has everything. Therefore, as a byproduct, the 3D will reflect that into bringing you what it is that you want. So this is for step 1. Just be, just exist, like this formless entity. Enjoy your life. Refuse to think or do anything in regarding to your manifestation. That translates as don't think about your specific puppet, your specific job, or whatever it is that you want to manifest. Simply exist. Exist the way you existed before you even had a desire. Step 2. After you've taken some time off to relax and give yourself a mental holiday, you're going to start doing reverse engineer. Now, in the first workbook of reverse engineer, I gave you some examples of how you should do reverse engineer. What is actually reverse engineer? It's the process through which you want to analyze your whole life and you identify the thoughts that created the circumstance in your life. Now, when you are going to do that, you are going to be given some proof that you are in charge, that you were the one creating the circumstances all along through your thoughts, assumptions, fears, desires, etc., etc. When you do reverse engineer and you view your answers written down on paper, do not mistaken by identifying them as merely coincidences. There are no coincidences. Now, I know that for you, it could be this is a coincidence, but put your mind to work. How many coincidences can there be? Your life is not filled with coincidences. So at some point you will have to acknowledge the fact that you were the one in charge. Now, I'm not saying, and I did give you a warning, when you are going to do reverse engineer, do not use it as proof to undermine yourself and blame yourself. You didn't know better, okay? So be gentle with yourself, go soft. After all this process, and bear in mind, this is a lifetime process. It's not something that you're just going to do it. You're going to have to repeat it over and over again because you want to keep yourself in charge. You want to keep yourself aware that you're the only one in charge. So doing this process is going to prove you with undeniable evidence that you are indeed in charge. And a simple shift in your mind, a simple shift in the way you view yourself and the way you view your world is enough to make you change your life and make you have the experiences that you desire. You're going to learn in the following steps to mold yourself into something that you want to be, therefore manipulate the circumstances and the correct answer when you are faced with unpleasant circumstances. But now back to reverse engineer. There are 2 categories, and in the workbook I've made 2 categories for you, like the unpleasant circumstances and the pleasant circumstances. I've kept myself from describing the circumstances as negative because for God nothing is negative or positive. It just is. It's just an experience that for the human body it's pleasant or unpleasant. What do I mean by human body? What I mean is that for the body, for the 5 senses, it feels unpleasant. It feels triggering. Circumstances such as pain, violence, for the human body, they are unpleasant. But for God, they just are. Because think of this. When you are God, and when you are everything all at once, well, if you are everything, of course you are the pain also, right? When you are everything, of course you are the unpleasant circumstance also. So it's viewed as a total of concepts, as a total of, not to say energies, but a total of things, of ideas manifested. They just are, okay? But when experienced firsthand, they are labeled as negative aka unpleasant. So there will be two categories of unpleasant circumstances and pleasant circumstances. Now, I want you to be honest with yourselves and truly write the thoughts that created the unpleasant circumstance. Now, I have given some examples in the workbook, but you might ask yourself, well, if you manifested abuse in your life or something worse, how did I create abuse? Well, keep in mind that even the awareness that abuse does exist, it's going to make it manifest, because if you fear that it's going to happen to you and it's possible for you, then it will be possible for you. In my case, I've never manifested abuse or something worse, because physical abuse, of course, because I never thought of myself of being able to experience this kind of things. That's why I wasn't like, oh, I hope it doesn't happen to me. So if you were one of the people that thought this could happen to me, this is why you manifested unconsciously and without even knowing that you are going to manifest it. Okay, so don't blame yourself. It's not that it was your fault. You didn't know better. But now what we're going to do through reverse engineer, we're going to start taking accountability that, okay, I did indeed not know that I was going to manifest these things, that I was going to experience these things, but I was entertaining this idea in my mind. That's what made it manifest. So it's entertaining the idea in your mind, accepting it as true, the fuel behind the manifestation. You could have a thought once and it could not manifest, because otherwise I would have died in a car accident years ago. But entertaining it as true, acknowledging it and accepting it as a possibility for you, is what's going to put it in motion. That's why you are going to write in the notebook the things that you entertained as true, and they did become true. I like the term self-fulfilling prophecy, because when you entertain a thought for too long, it becomes your reality. So if you did agree to those, you did have the experience, identify the thought, put it in the notebook, put the circumstance, so that you take accountability and take charge for the things that you unwillingly did to yourself. From reverse engineer, we do come with two major conclusions: the fact that you are the only source of your life experiences, and that other people, including your 3D, your life, your events, didn't have the free will to do otherwise. So this is why you are going to do reverse engineer, to come up with these two conclusions, which are vital for your next life experiences. You are going to have all the proof you need there. All you need to do is accept the proof as indeed being true, because it is. Now, you are in charge means you are the only source. You're the only one creating your life events through your thoughts, assumptions, fears, desires, etc., etc. And other people have no choice but to bring it to you. When you entertain a thought that I could be abused, people could steal from me, people are bad, this kind of thoughts that you have agreed upon are going to create your life experience. Therefore, sooner or later, you are going to be faced with this experience if you continue giving credit to the thought, if you continue believing in it. Now, what are thoughts? Thoughts are simple ideas. From the infinite field of thoughts, you are presented with idea. And where do you come up with these ideas from? From the creation is already finished. In your 3D, you are going to view your thoughts manifested. Your 3D always provides you with ideas and informations. Now, from up there, it's up to you whether you accept those ideas as possible to you, or if you deny them as a possibility in your reality. Let's go, for example. All men cheat, or men are pigs. Everyone is an opportunist. In my case, my assumption that I had for years were that women are only interested in money. Now, if you find yourself agreeing and you say, yeah, that's true, or you couldn't have said it better, that means you have agreed to that thought to be real. Let's take another example. you view in your reality, for example, someone breaking up with someone, and that someone taking all their money, or even better, let's say you see someone older with someone younger, and the younger one is a woman. Well, if you find yourself questioning why are they together, and you quickly jump to the conclusion, aka assumption, well, of course they're together, like she's after his money. That's your assumption. That's what you are going to bring into your experience. You are going to expect people to treat you the same way you assume about them. Now, bear in mind that couple in your reality, the younger one with the older one, him having more money than her, was just an idea presented to you of what it could be. It could be this, it could be the other one. The idea that she's in love with him, it's also real, it's also presented to you, but you dare not accept that idea for whatever reason. So when you jump to the conclusion and you view something in the 3D and you jump to a conclusion, that's your assumption. That's how you can find your assumptions. Now, let's say, for example, you are in the process of manifesting your specific puppet, okay, and you're in a no contact situation, and you are of the opinion that he's going to reject you, he doesn't love you, or she doesn't love you, she doesn't want you. Now, I'm going to use from now on they, because them, because I don't know what each one of you is manifesting, so it's going to be a more general labeling of your specific puppet. And you are in a no contact situation, and you are of the assumption, of the idea, of the opinion that they will reject you, and then you write them a message, okay? You force the 3D, you force yourself in the 3D, you try to get a result out of them, to suck a result out of them. Now, they don't answer, or they just leave you on red, or they just answer you with a cold attitude. Now, if your reaction is, oh, I knew it was going to happen like that, that means their answer was a manifestation of your assumption. Okay, so this is how you identify yourself as source. Now, in the second section of the workbook, we also have the good circumstances, so to speak, the pleasant ones. Now, with the pleasant circumstances, it's more obvious the fact that you manifest what you desire. And I don't agree to the idea that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. Because by default, as being God, you do manifest what you want, because that's what God does. God manifests what they want, of course. So, can you see how this idea was presented to me in the 3D? Now, I can agree to it and say, yes, you don't manifest what you want, but I never agree to it. That means it doesn't take place. It's not going to manifest itself in my reality. What is going to manifest in my reality is what I decided to be true. So, in the case that the idea is presented to me that you don't manifest who you are, what you want, you manifest who you are, my disagreement to that idea, to that circumstance, to those words in the 3D, will make manifest my decision from now on. In my reality, I do manifest what I want, okay? So I don't have to bother with questioning myself, who am I? By default, when you raise yourself to the status of being God, you are no longer going to be, you're never going to overthink or micromanage. Am I the husband? Am I the wife? Am I the employee? Am I the whatsoever? So you're going to manifest your reality from now on from the status of just being God, which means, in my own words, means you are the CEO of your company. So your assumptions, your thoughts, and your attitude will be way above the human concepts of being a husband, being beautiful, being amazing, being a wife, being a fiancé, a mother, etc., etc., etc. So this course will make it easy for you to just step into the power of being the CEO of your reality, and from there commanding your life to be what it is that you want. Now, During the second section of the workbook, you are going to observe that as tiny and little your desires might have been, starting from wanting a free cup of coffee and someone just offering to you. Bear in mind, they are not coincidences, okay? So you are going to have to let go of this idea of them being just coincidences. Now, when you are going to be faced with the truth that I wanted someone to be someone that I love, I wanted them to be healthy, and by default, out of thin air, it just happened. Or I wanted this and I got it, or I wanted to go in that high school, and simply because I desired it without doing any process to obtain it, it just happened. It gives you the conclusion that by default, I do manifest what I want. Now, when you are going to do reverse engineer, you are going to enter this process. What is going to happen is that your brain will give you the answer automatically. You just had to give the command and use your brain as an opportunity to uncover the thoughts, desires, or assumptions behind the circumstance that produces the circumstance. So that's why you are going to have to allow your brain to help you. Now, your brain is a tool that you created in order to aid yourself to have the answers. So think of it as a servant giving you, a butler giving you the answers, okay? So you don't have to find it yourself. Your brain is aiding you. Now, when you're going to go down this path, you're going to find more and more and more and more proof of you being the only source. All you have to do is not to be ignorant towards it and accept the truth that you are indeed the source of your reality. And other people were not included into the decision making. They had no choice but to do what you wanted them to do. In the third section of the reverse engineer, in the third section of the workbook, I have created you a special notebook that contains the assumptions that are made as anchors. What is an anchor? Well, what is an anchor for a boat? An anchor for a ship is something that it keeps it stable. Now, these anchors will be very useful in moments when you will be triggered or you will doubt your own power. Now, I used as an anchors, and I'm going to give some personal examples because it's just you and me now. So I'm going to give you when my uncle was in a coma. So when my uncle was in a coma, I just decided that him being part of my reality, him being a puppet in my reality, he has to be obedient to my assumption. He has to be obedient and be a good boy and do what I tell him to do. He was in a coma, therefore I decided that he will no longer be in a coma. He will be fine with his family. Now, nevertheless, in a week or so, my father called me and I asked him randomly what happened to my uncle, and he said, well, he's fine in his place. When I used this anchor, I put this as an anchor. And no, I'm not wearing my wedding ring because I don't like it. So when you put this manifestation, this kind of manifestation as an anchor, even if you're having a bad day and you're doubting your power, you are going to be brought back, sucked back into the acceptance of the fact that I am in charge. So if I could manifest my uncle from a coma, of course that I can do this. An anchor is meant to be brought in your awareness over and over again. I'm saying in moments of doubt, in moments of yes, is going to be brought in your awareness, not every day, not 24/7, okay? Only when you doubt your power. If you're confident in your power, don't use the anchors yet, okay? So these kind of special manifestations, which might seem surreal, are going to suck you back when you are in doubt and you worry your own power. Because automatically when you do that, when you remind yourself of the anchor, what happens is that you place yourself in that identity again. Let's just say, for example, I am in a state where I doubt my power. I don't know how I'm going to manage to manifest something like that. By reminding the anchor, I will be put in the state in which I was when I manifested my uncle out of coma. Can you see how it is? You are thrown in that identity by default, immediately. So I'm doubting, I'm desperate, I'm in need. I remember the anchor. I re-become the person I was when I gave the command of my uncle in a coma. Now, this is just my example. You can use it. You are going to use, because when you've set your intention to find the anchors in your life, you are going to manifest them as well. Okay, you are going to manifest the proof. Now, I don't need you to have many anchors. You can have 5 or 6 anchors, because they are so powerful and they are bringing you back into the identity of who you were when you manifested those surreal results. Now, this is so much for the reverse engineer. You have to allow yourself to accept the fact and take accountability that indeed this is my life and this is my kingdom, so to speak. Now, in the future chapters, I will going to present you with some unconventional methods and tips and tricks and attitudes and also perspectives on your 3D world and the mechanisms behind manifestation that will make it so easy for you to manifest exactly what you want, simply by controlling who you identify as. Now, to end this chapter and to end this step, do the reverse engineer, keep the anchors, and trust yourself to be the only source of your reality. Step 3. Go on a mental vacation again. By doing reverse engineer, I hope that you have already gained the confidence of being the God of your reality, the source of your reality. So step 3 is combining step 1 and step 2 together. You are going to continue to be on a mental vacation when it comes to your manifestation. You are also going to refuse to do anything about your manifestation just yet, because your important and your main focus and your main prize should be gaining the confidence of being the CEO of your reality. And I'm not only saying this and to get you to do something, but you will also observe that it's better to do stuff and to manifest stuff from the identity of being superior, important, and the main authority. Now, step 3 is going to allow you to take a break from everything and the chaos that you have been creating for yourself. Now, I don't know for how long you've been trying to manifest your desire, but obviously the things that you have been doing didn't work. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here discussing a new approach to manifestation. So you are going to combine step 1, mental break in regarding to your manifestation, and step 2, getting to the knowing and obtaining the confidence and the authority that you have long forgotten, because you have never lost your authority. The thing is that you have used your authority against yourself. You were not aware, and this is okay, but from now on, some bug is trying to eat me, but from now on, you are going to use your authority and your superiority in your favor. So you are no longer going to be the little tiny helpless human being that you have been until now. Take a break. Take a mental break from all the chaos. Get stable into the knowing that you are indeed the only one. Now, this step, the step 3, is going to allow you to feel more safe, more confident, more relaxed, and not in a panic mode. You are not going to be the maniac you were before. And you are going to observe a slight shift in your attitude towards your manifestation. Now, if you've done these steps correctly, you are going to feel a certain detachment towards your manifestation. What is detachment? So detachment is the fact that you are no longer grasping and needing it in order to survive. You are not going to feel your breath being taken by the idea that you are not going to manifest it. You are no longer going to give credit to the possibility of you not having it, because this is what we are doing here. Our main purpose with this course is for you to become the person that knows with certainty that you are going to manifest the thing desired. That will put you into identity that you will be also able to keep throughout the years that you will have on this human ground. So step 2 is not a timeline. Like, I'm not going to put a time frame on step 2. Step 2, it's always going to be a step in your life. Now, combined with step 1, you are going to also make it a priority to know yourself as source, and you are also going to drop all the importance of the other things that you considered outside of yourself to be important, to be life-giving, to be happy-giving. You are going to understand that you were fulfilled with or without the desire. Now, this is not an excuse for you to start triggering yourself and start panicking and say, I don't want to be okay without my desire. I'm not telling you to be okay without your desire. I'm telling you, you don't have to even entertain the idea that your desire is the one giving you happiness. Why? Because you are God. You are giving the idea life. You are giving the idea happiness. You are happiness. So your approach is going to be totally different. So for step 3, repeat step 1 together with step 2 and be stable into the knowing that you are source. Step 4. Living in the end. Living in the end also translates as being the person that has it, being the God that has it. Now, living in the end has been discussed all over the internet, and each one brings their own approach to it. But what I'm giving you here is the key to truly living in the end. You are going to use the same things that you've been doing until you found out about manifestation. You are not going to do someone else's techniques or approaches or methods. You are going to look into your life. Look back. That's what reverse engineer is. Through reverse engineer, which is step 2, you are also going to discover how do you manifest. What is your approach to manifestation? You are going to find out that it's also going to be very common that I decided to have it and then I forgot about it. I lived my life. I didn't care about it and then it showed up. You are also going to find that your inner conversation regarding your desire were never in the present moment. When you were unaware of your ability to manifest, you were never talking in the present moment. So, in my opinion, this is bullshit and it keeps you stuck into not having it. Why? We're going to do it the way we did it before, which is, I'm going to have it. I'm going to drink coffee. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up. Because 99.99% of your life was manifested by being spoken into the future tense. When you were in kindergarten, you weren't saying I am in high school, and yet you went to high school. When you were 15 years old, you weren't saying I have my car. No, I'm going to have my car. I'm going to get my license. I'm going to go with my friends at the cinema. You were speaking in future tense. And this did not delay your fucking manifestation. It didn't manifest it 1 million years in the future. Did it? No, it didn't. So why would you have a different approach when it comes to your desires? Not only is this stupid shit as talk in the present moment as you already have it in the now moment, because obviously you do not have it in the now moment, do you? I think this kind of speech keeps you stuck into I have it now, and then you look in the 3D and you say, I don't have it now. It puts too much pressure on you, unnecessary pressure, and why would you as God put unnecessary pressure on yourself? Now, if talking in the present moment helps you and you've obtained things with it, be my guest and do it. But if you do have some kind of attachment towards your desire, is not going to work, because you are going to be more panicked over it. The night will come, the fall will come, the next morning will come, and you don't see your specific puppet in the bed with you. Now, saying he's in my bed right now is not going to help, is it? What I present to you is what you have been doing until now, and it comes more natural and it's more normal. Now think of these two ideas that I present to you. Let's say you want to manifest a specific puppet in your reality, okay? Now, first of all, what I'm going to tell you right now is that you are manifesting your specific puppet in your reality, but you're manifesting the wrong kind of action that you want from them. Like, you manifest the wrong relationship with them. You are manifesting them in your reality every second, but you don't manifest them the way you want. Instead of manifesting the relationship with them and the presence in your reality, you manifest the unpresence, the lack of their vessel in your reality. So, okay. Now, how do you manifest? Now, let's take the two ideas, okay? On the other hand, I'm going to present you, he's in bed with me now. Okay. And he will be in bed with me. Which one sounds more normal? Which one sounds more safe? Because what is the purpose? The purpose is your safety, your ability to relax, and your ability to feel safe in the affirmations that you say. Is it easier for you to accept that he will be in your bed tomorrow? Yes, of course. Is the future 1 million years from now? No. In 10 minutes from now, it's future. In an hour from now, it's future. So you are going to allow it to manifest, to blossom, okay? If it comes in a second from now, will it bother you? No. It's in the future. Yes, of course. It's in the 3D future. Now, I will not be one of those gurus that tell you everything is now. Of course, everything is now. But we have chosen this human 3D interaction for a reason. Is time real? Of course it's not. Is it easier, though, to experience things by saying it's going to be mine in a second from now? Yes, it is. Because you've been doing it your whole life. So you're not going to now shift from the identity that you were so long and you successfully manifested all your items by now. You are also going to make it easy for yourself. Now, you don't have to affirm in the present moment. What kind of God sits around and says, it's mine now, it's mine now, it's mine now? I'm gonna have it. That's it. Easy peasy. So this is going to be a different approach to manifestation. And it's going to make you feel more safe and more confident in your results. Okay? Without bringing this slight note of desperation because you say it's here now and then you look and it's not here now. So you're going to save yourself so much time, because if you obviously, and I do have proof of it, if you obviously are stuck in saying that it's mine now, you could be stuck for years or months and it didn't work, did it? Of course it didn't. It wasn't natural and it wasn't normal for you. So now we're going to go natural and normal. Now, living in the end. What is living in the end actually? Living in the end means feeling safe and secure into knowing that your desire is yours and it's going to show up in the 3D, it's going to reveal itself. Now, your manifestation is not in your 3D currently because it's not revealed by you. It's kept in place by all the assumptions that you make, that I have to affirm this, I have to do this, I have to visualize, I have to do. But all these things that you are doing means effort, and manifestation is effortless. You manifest your breath effortlessly. Now, how do you live in your end of manifesting your breath daily, second by second? How do you live in your end? By manifesting your heartbeat and you not dying. There is the answer. You gave yourself the answer. When I put a question, the most authentic answer will come to surface. And then you will apply that. How are you living in the end of having your car in your garage right now? You're not doing anything. You're not manifesting. You're not affirming. You're not visualizing. You do have your car in the garage right now. And how do you keep your car? Because you manifested the car being in your garage by now, but you also manifest the car being there every day and every second, like you manifest it over and over again out of thin air in the same place. Well, how do you do it? There's your answer. You do it because you are it. Now, you are it, meaning you don't overthink, you don't overanalyze, you don't overwork for it. So that's what living in the end is. I found it to be easier and effortless by saying it will come. The same way when you order a pizza or you order a coffee and you know it will come. Okay? You don't expect it won't come. Now, this is the kind of living in the end that I am going to teach you to apply. It's basically going back to the basics, going back to the future, going back to the past, going back to the things that you've already done without even knowing you were doing it. So you're going to treat your specific puppet or your specific job or your specific health issue as a package from Amazon. Now, the specific puppet, you are going to affirm for feelings, meaning you are going to have the attitude that they are already obsessed with you. They are already madly in love with you. They are already worshipping you. Feelings in the present moment. So the feelings, you are going to affirm them. You are going to affirm. Now, I never thought affirmations were a technique. You are affirming every day, okay? Every second. Every thought is an affirmation. So you are going to affirm for feelings in present moment and for actions in the future. He's obsessed with me. He'll contact me immediately. She's obsessed with me. She'll find her way to me. So feelings in the present moment, actions in the future. You don't want to affirm for actions in the present moment because you will find yourself looking for the action and the action will be nowhere. So, that job is mine is going to show up by itself. Easy peasy. That job is mine, they will reach out to me. That job is mine, it will manifest itself in my reality. Okay? My specific puppet adores me. He or she will do everything to be with me. Easy peasy. Where's the hard work in that? And then you go about your life. Then you go about doing step 3, which is the combination of the 2 steps. You're going to do it over again. You affirm, which would be speaking it into existence. That's what living in the end is. And then you live in the end by doing step 3. Okay? That's what living in the end is. You live your life knowing that your package is going to show up itself for you. How do you do that with health? You have an illness, it will go away by itself. It will disappear by itself. The same way you manifest it in, it's going to manifest itself out. Easy peasy. Don't overcomplicate the fucking law. You are the law. Don't overcomplicate yourselves, okay? So living in the end, we affirm for feelings of our specific puppets in the present moment, and we expect action in the future. We affirm for the job, we know they want us, and they will reach out to us themselves. We've decided we're healthy, and we expect it will disappear by itself. This will not only make it manifest faster, it will take the weight out of your shoulders. Okay? Now, this step is going to be made with the following changes in approach. Now, from now on, I'm going to present to you in the next chapters some tips and tricks which I personally developed. You're not going to hear them in anyone else's from anyone else because it's my personal development, and they are tips and tricks, approaches, different approaches, and it's going to be very, very funny and very, very are going to give you the results. Okay, so step 4 is living in the end, means speak it into existence as if in giving the command and expecting results, expecting the action, expecting them to manifest themselves in your reality. Okay? By itself. No work from you. Anyways, you're the king and the queen. Why would you do anything? You have to allow your servants to do their fucking job, and you have to allow yourself to do your job. Each one has their own purpose. Your purpose, your job is to give the commands. Their jobs, their purpose is to fulfill your commands. Okay? This is for step 4. Now, buckle up, because there are going to be some very interesting approaches and some very interesting methods that you will apply, and you will instantly get the identity that you want. You will instantly become the one that has it all, and as a byproduct, the 3D will bring your shit to you, because the 3D is your best friend, your servant, and your best fucking employee. The employee of the month, okay? Buckle up.
Опять заплатил 100 тысяч за курс? Стоп. Знакомься. ssl.band. Здесь курсы инфо-цыган сливаются бесплатно. Бизнес, психология, шитье, кулинария, фитнес, языки, десятки тысяч материалов. От школьника до пенсионера найдется все. Без VPN. Без ограничений. Один платеж. И доступ навсегда. Уже сотни тысяч умных людей качают премиум знания за копейки. Заходи на ssl.band, регистрируйся за 30 секунд и забирай все. Этот курс ты уже скачал отсюда. Представь, что там еще есть.